Welcome once again to the third episode of Problemo. This time is a different kind of episode. You already know it. You can see it. We're not hiding this from you. I'm here, of course, with my friend Felipe Torres Medina.
Hi Fabrizio, how are you?
I'm good, but what happened? What happened to you, my man?
Well, I don't know if you've heard of this thing called the novel coronavirus.
Oh, you're talking
Uh,
about Corona. Remember when people used to call
Corona,
it Corona?
the Rona, Miss
Even they
Rona.
tried
Do you
the Rona, but
remember?
I think it didn't stick.
Yes, I got. I don't have COVID, thankfully, as of now. But my wife, who lives in my house, I know, big surprise. Um,
Good for you.
she got.
You're not Woody Allen in the 80s.
Oh God, no, I am not. Uh, my wife got COVID, tested positive for COVID earlier this week, so we've been staying safe, not going outside, um, isolating, all that good stuff that is so
It's
fun.
so
two
much fun,
years
no?
into two,
Good
3 years.
memories. Also bring you back to
Yes.
the times that you were using Clubhouse and you thought that will be the new thing. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. Throwback to growing scallions in your house and all the bread and all that stuff that we were doing. I In the early days of the pandemic, I was eating 3 bowls of Lucky Charms in a row. It just
Wow.
seemed to make sense. It was just like, okay, well, we're all home, we're not doing anything. I guess I'll have some cereal, and I ate it. I was like, I want a little more, and then I would
And
eat
it's like,
like
who's
three
gonna
bowls of
stop
Lucky
me?
Charms.
Who's gonna be like,
Hmm?
that's unhealthy? Like, who's gonna be like, oh,
Exactly.
you're doing something that is bad for you? You're already in an environment that's trying to kill you. So who cares?
Yeah. You know what else is unhealthy? Breathing, being outside, being anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, diabetes is gonna take a long time. COVID is
Yeah.
gonna take me tomorrow. Uh, so you don't had COVID yet, but like we took this decided to not doing it in person for the first time.
Hmm.
So yeah, people, I know this is not the same, but whatever. Most of the podcasts that you guys are listening, probably they're all remote. They don't
Yes.
disclose this information, but we know we're honest with you. We're not in the
We are
same
more
place.
honest than 90% of the podcasts out there. I'm going to
I think
say
we're
it.
more honest than the Daily.
Oh,
Michael Barbaro, he's
yeah.
definitely at his house for,
Oh
I
my
mean, at
God.
least 10 years.
He's doing his groceries the whole time. That's why
Yeah.
he's always taking these beats and talking like that.
So
He's like doing
what you're
other
trying to
stuff.
say is that the government was trying to kill you the entire time. Yes, Michael. It's always it's always the same pace. I have to say I love it. I love it, but it still drives me crazy. The hmm hmm. You do a lot of it.
I love how they say something. It's like, and Clifford is a big red dog, and then Michael Barbaro goes, wait, you're telling me Clifford, this big dog is red? And
Yes,
then
Michael.
you
And it's like, yes, Michael. Ding, 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 ding. But yeah.
here's what else
Well,
you need to know today.
this is what else you need to do today. I mean, we are fans of Michael Barbaro. Looks like, but once again, he's lying to you. He's lying to
Hmm.
us. This podcast is completely honest. So we're doing this episode remotely, and it's gonna be good because we have a lot of good stories to share. I'm gonna start right now.
Let's do
And
it.
we have a little PowerPoint here. Yeah, we're
Looks
pros.
amazing. It looks so good.
News of the week. What
News
is
of
the
the
news of the
week.
week? Please, Felipe, explain this first news of the week to us.
This is some of the most distressing news I've ever encountered in my life. Um, I grew up in a country at war, and I, watched an attempted coup live on television in the country I moved to. And nothing is more disturbing than the fact that the Domino's pizza tracker is not real.
What
Did
the
you know that?
fuck? I I mean, listen, I don't trust in institutions, and the only one that's still standing was Domino, because they decided to change their time system, the entire pizza uh, world. I think deciding
Mm-hmm.
to go completely online, doing all these things
Mm-hmm.
that tell you like their technology is the top of the game, and now you're telling me that the Domino tracker is not 100% accurate.
It's not real. It's Here's the thing. Um, it's a very elaborate clock.
Okay,
It's an elaborate timer, but it's
not the
not
same.
accurate.
It's not the
It doesn't
same.
have GPS. It doesn't have satellite.
Well, I mean, this week Elon Musk, I mean, he, what's the name of this? He delete an account who was
Yeah, he
tracking
can.
his private jet. So
Hmm.
that account was way more accurate than the Domino's
Yes.
tracker. That's what you're trying to tell me.
What I'm trying to tell you is that if you ordered a pizza on Domino's and started the timer app on your phone, you would more or less have as much of an idea as you would have if you went on their website. And I will
Wow,
not stand for how we're being lied to, because
so sad.
we are there are so few institutions left. This is how democracy crumbles, because they tell us things and they're not true.
Democracy dies in darkness.
Democracy
Uh,
dies in dominoes.
well, this is a kind of like an old story, but it's coming
Yeah.
back this week because someone on Twitter, that's still relevant. God damn it! I, I can't believe. You know what, Mastodon? This is your fault. You had all the
Yeah.
chances of the world to take over, but now we have to go back to Twitter over and over again. And this story is also related to someone on Twitter that posted this, and he figured out again that the system in this country is falling apart.
Yes. And I will say one thing about Mastodon. Maybe don't think you're the social media of the future when your name is an animal that is extinct. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that didn't work for dinosaur app, or
Exactly. Or
that's not a good idea.
dodo. Uh, yeah. But yeah, basically, they actually did what I found out doing the research on this very important story is that
Yes.
Domino's did actually develop um, a sort of machine based on time since the order. So, like the moment you entered the order, they did like build a certain machine that makes sure that the pizzas are ready.
Okay.
Um, but that's way less sexy than the Domino's pizza tracker, you know? That's
I
that like there's no
assume,
radar. I thought I was eating like a pizza that like was made with science. You're telling
yeah.
me it's made like with love and good ingredients, whatever,
Well, not that
This is
great
not a
ingredients
science
either,
pizza.
but it's still Domino's. No, the only thing that in my mind it was like, oh, I thought like they put an iPhone in every pizza, and then they
Yeah.
took it out exactly, and they put like find my phone, and I used that technology to let us know where the pizza was coming. But this is, yeah, this is heartbreaking news, and I understand the pain. I have to say, we live in New York. We don't order Domino's pizza that often. I don't think.
No.
No, it's not. You don't do that in New York. But
Do they
still,
have Domino's in Chile?
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
They do. Yeah.
They do, and someone bought the franchise, and then at some
Hmm.
point, looks like it didn't work, so they changed it to something called Pizza Pizza, and yeah,
So the slogan of another big chain, right? Because that's Little Caesars is the little guy going pizza pizza here in the
it,
States.
someone was like, okay, I'm just gonna take the, yeah, it's like Pizza Pizza, and that's, yeah, that's the new Domino's over there. But still, we didn't even use the tracker.
No.
So I mean, for people in Chile or people in Latin America, this is not big news. But I think, once again, another institution that is falling apart. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know how we're gonna stop this process of degradation. How is
What's
this gonna
next?
stop?
What is next? If we can't trust the Domino's pizza tracker, is my Uber really there? Is
I
the
mean,
Uber that I order? There's a little car on the app, but is it real or is it just a
so
pixel?
listen, sometimes my Uber is coming and then he do like this, a flip in the air and change to a different street. So I don't think it's 100% accurate if the Uber is not flying on top of me. But I think that's probably also not 100% fake, but like not that accurate. I mean, I'm more concerned about other technologies. Maybe they will be fake this whole time. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe the
Hmm.
animals of Chuck E. Cheese, they're sentient, and we no one talk about this. And yeah, they've
Oh
been
no, they're
destroyed for
they're
decades.
100% sentient. We already
But
knew that. Like,
and the only sentiment they have is sadness.
kill
And
me.
please kill me. Oh my god. Well, this is Domino's. Please sponsor us after this.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
I don't
We
think it's
will
gonna work,
eat
but
your pizza on camera, which I think is more than many people will say about Domino's pizza.
you know what? Like this is what happened with places like Domino's Pizza. It's not amazing, it's not horrible, but it's consistently okay, and
Oh
that's enough
yeah.
for a company. And that's enough. That's enough in life in general.
And look, when you're that big, because Domino's is everywhere. No, we talked about it's in Chile, it's in
Yep.
Colombia. I heard someone once told me that they went to the pyramids in Egypt and they were sad because you think, oh my god, I'm going to the pyramids, I'm in the pyramids, and then you look and across the street from the pyramids there's a Domino's. Um,
But that's, I mean, that's not great. That's like realizing the world is completely shattered.
yeah, exactly. To be fair, it was built by Ramses the
Oh
second,
yeah.
by the
Well, I mean,
pharaoh. He
it
did.
was built by slaves too.
Well,
Uh,
yes, he didn't build it. um, but but when you're that big, you don't need to be good. You just need to know what you're getting. So because what you order. Sorry, my phone just fell out of my pocket.
don't worry.
What you order when you're ordering Domino's isn't pizza. You're ordering Domino's.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and it's the feeling and the taste of like pizza sauce and cardboard. It's yummy.
And it's yummy. And it's standardly created everywhere in the world. That's all that you
Yes.
need. I love these companies. Let's move on. Let's move on because the
Let's move on.
next news of the week is I mean, if we said that Domino, even doing that wrong, still a nice company that we support. This is just
Yes.
pure evilness in the planet Earth, and this comes from TikTok, a Chinese company that we all know is stealing our data, or not even stealing it. We're giving it up to them for free, and they're
Oh
just
yeah.
like they know everything that we do. They know our darkest feelings, and yeah, that's the way they're going to control us in the near future. But let's talk about
Yeah.
the other side of TikTok.
The bad side of TikTok.
Yeah.
So they're the company that are going to control the future and are evil. So now let's talk about the bad side.
Yes, this is a story from a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
This is what, like, there's of course someone have to check and like do the content moderation process, and most of the time is AI who is checking that your video doesn't have a bad word, it doesn't show your genitals or whatever. But then
Mhm.
go to a second process where
Yes.
humans have to watch over and over and over horrible videos, and they have to decide it if they're okay or not for the platform. And you
Yeah.
think like, oh, that's probably done in China, in some random place in India. No, 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 it's in Latin America. We did it.
We did it. We are stealing jobs from China and India. Yeah, it is mostly done in Colombia and in Brazil, and it's fucking horrifying. It is one of the most horrible things I've read. I knew that there were these jobs done in for Facebook, And you're
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, I mean, Facebook is terrible, blah, blah, blah. This is essentially these people get hired and they work not for TikTok, but through another company, you know? So it's like
Okay.
TikTok hires this company called Teleperformance, which sounds fake.
No, it sounds
Teleperformance.
like they're selling you a new oven, or like something on TV,
Yes.
jewelry. Like this. It's like they have the phone number on the screen. What's the name of this? Like a telemarketing brand or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, to me, teleperformance sounds like when your family is like, "Oh, so you have a new job?" And you're like, yeah, I work for a company called Teleperformance, and we do computers things."
Yeah, yeah. And you're just answering
um,
the phone because someone doesn't know how to connect the TV to the DVD, and that's your
exactly.
life.
And so essentially the people in Colombia, and this particular story that we have here on the screen is on Time magazine, and they interview a couple of Colombian workers who have to watch this, and so they sit there on very, 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 very long shifts, um watching truly the most disgusting things you can imagine.
Yeah.
uh
I mean, can you imagine the kind of shit that they just like TikTok is like, no. Can you imagine how
yeah.
dark it has to be for TikTok to say this is too much for us, guy? We can't allow this shit in the platform. Uh, it must be
Yeah,
horrible. And I have a one
it's
question. I have one
yes.
question. They have to swipe. I mean, it's like they're like in their phones just checking horrible stuff, and they have to like be like, they have
I think they might have to
manually.
actually do the swipe, the manual swipe. I don't
Ah, man,
know, but that is so cruel. That it
it's like
doesn't even
rape,
autoplay.
incest, rape,
Yeah.
rape, incest, racist, incest. It must be. I mean, like,
Kitten.
ah, kitten. Okay, that can go. That's okay. That's okay. Wow, what a nightmare! Imagine hours of watching the most violent, uh, darkest side of the world. Then how you go back to your families? How was your day, honey? Yeah, today there was not that much rape.
Yeah.
I,
Today,
it was a good
today I
day.
only saw one human head. Uh,
Yeah, that was a
I wish I
successful
was.
day.
Yeah, I wish that that one human head weren't an example that is literally in the article.
Oh yeah, damn it.
Yeah. But I think the reason they're doing it, and you were saying this earlier, Fabrice, is that like we think, oh well, AI does that, right? Like
Yeah.
some sort of computer, some sort of algorithm does that. But you know what is cheaper than AI? Latinos. Uh,
Imagine like at
be
some point you like open this new, this thing like called Chat CGB that everyone is using to create dialogues and
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
an
yeah.
AI. Imagine like if that machine starts saying like Latinos stop stealing our jobs. Imagine if it's
I think didn't it happen a couple of years ago that I think Facebook made a chatbot, um, an AI that was learning from Facebook, and like within 5 minutes it became super racist because it's learning from Facebook. What do you think
yes.
is gonna happen?
Send him to the library. Don't make him learn from Facebook. Send him to school.
It was
Um,
all minion memes.
it's like, wow,
It
looks
only
like the
spoke
ones
in
who rule
minion.
this planet are minions. So, yeah, what's going on with the minion language? Well, by the way, let's go back to this TikTok account, like this TikTok story. Um,
Yes.
so in my mind, I don't know how it works, but I imagine that someone have to listen, to watch this horrible
Hmm.
content and being like, no, 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 yes, yes, no, no, no. Manually
Yes.
have to say yes or no if this is good or
Yes.
bad. How many
Basically.
times a day the guy's like bad, 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 and then in the mix something good is there, And he's just like that. What if I was
Yeah,
working there, I'll be like the whole time just because my question is like, there's a second person checking that they're doing the right job, or it's like
I
the
don't
community have to double flag. I don't know.
I don't know. What I know is that they work 8 to 9 hour days.
Wow.
So imagine 9 hours on TikTok, but it's evil
Oh yeah.
TikTok.
9 hours on TikTok, like the life of all of us. That's
All of
you're
us, yes.
describing a regular Sunday.
But they only make essentially $250 a month,
Damn, that's not a lot
which
of
is
money for
ridiculous.
to watch like the most dark shit ever.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the problem is that because they are not hired directly by TikTok, and who knows if that would be worse, right? But
yeah,
they are hired by whatever, Tele Future, whatever it's called. Uh, and that company, because they are contractors, they don't get health insurance, so they don't get help to like, and Colombians, they have like national health insurance, not like here in the United States, but mental health, which is
oh
what they
yeah,
would really need, is sometimes harder to get through that insurance, and the company doesn't really help with mental health. And the other thing is they are watching them watch them. So it is very like 1984 and all this dystopias, because they are recording the camera. Like, if let's say I'm the person working and I
okay.
have to look at these videos, I am being recorded, and that is being sent to my bosses. So I can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom,
To watch
or
the
I'm gonna
wall,
go.
just to like clear
Yeah,
my mind, and
exactly.
to watch the beauty of the toilet. That is the most beautiful thing I'm going to see today, probably.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing uh, is that they are not allowed to consume anything. So that, like, maybe it's like, oh my God, this is horrible. I'm gonna have a drink. Like, I'm gonna have some alcohol.
They can't do that.
Because they can't do that. Well, you can't drink on the job at any job, but probably don't drink on
What?
the job when you're watching horrible things. But they can only have a certain size glass of water, and it or of transparent liquid, and it has to be in a transparent cup. So you can't have, like, this is a can of seltzer, our
You can't
other
have that.
sponsor. We change sponsors every time, uh, and you can't do that.
Okay, what about
So
vodka? Huh?
I
You can
I
hide that.
I'm saying vodka, aguardiente, which is the Colombian drink, those are all clear.
It's all
So
clear. I mean,
so
I
maybe
will send
maybe
them
that's
right
the only
now.
way we can help
I will
the
create after this what's the name of this? A Kickstarter, just to like send them bottles of vodka to these poor people who have to watch the most horrible content on earth, and some porn in the mix. But I mean, probably can't enjoy anything. You can't enjoy like because
No,
it's just like it's just like being bombarded by horrible view, like the most horrible side of the planet.
it's literally the torture in that movie, and that Stanley Kubrick movie, in Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
It's like your eyes are open and you have to watch horrible stuff for hours on end.
but something in the 70s was a torture. Now it's a job.
Yeah.
So be ready for the in the next couple of decades. Maybe what's the name of this thing they do with water? This horrible torturing
Waterboarding.
waterboarding is gonna be a job. It's
It's
gonna be
gonna be a
what are you
job.
doing? I found a job just waterboarding for this company, and
But I'm
probably
only an
no.
independent contractor. I don't get health insurance. So.
I'm actually doing it as a hobby during the weekends. Horrible story. Thank you for I mean, this is podcast is keeping you guys aware of
Yeah.
what's going on and how things work in the planet Earth, and at the same time this is affecting like Latino jobs. These are like jobs that are like you need the money, you need something to do, and then you're like watching 8 hours of dark footage. I don't know, it will drive
Yeah.
you
I mean,
crazy.
what I guess what I'm saying is, like, what we're saying is, like, obviously we can't change that. We are two guys with a podcast.
Yes,
And you
that's not
watching
enough.
TikTok and home are not going to be able to change that. But I think it's good that people know about this. And also, I'll say it, Teleperformance, the company that hires all these people and doesn't let them unionize and doesn't let them organize and doesn't give them mental health insurance. Now you know that if you're applying for a job at Teleperformance, it's probably going to be really bad. So don't work for them.
No, no, it's not a good idea. Just work for Domino. I know
Yeah,
they're
just work
lying
for
about some
Domino's.
stuff.
You don't even have to be honest when you work at Domino's.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Domino's. We were criticizing you, and you were just like, yeah, playing with our minds with a little GPS. That's nothing compared to this shit. Uh, so that was the news of the week. Let's
That was the news
move
of the
on.
week.
Let's move on to our next segment. This is called the medal of the week. Every
Yes.
week, we're giving medals to the little dictatorships out there who's trying to make the world a worse place.
So who's
Uh,
our Medal of the Week winner this week, Fabrizio? Tell the people.
yes, yes. If you're ready or not, the person that we're gonna talk now, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this guy, but you know what? We have to do it. Elon Musk,
Wario. Oh, sorry. Yes.
dressed as Wario in the picture. Um, yes, yes. This week, Elon Musk, during his now his new kingdom of Twitter, the king of Twitter now decided. First, I mean, he's all over the place. It's a nightmare to trying to understand anything that's going on in the platform.
Yes.
Because first he hired this group of journalists to do something called like the Twitter files. So
Yes.
he was like, okay, I bought this company. I want this group of journalists to figure out what happened here during this last years. What happened with all the accounts that were silent or shadow banned. And he was like, let's open that to the public so they know what happened here. It's like this is a crime
Mm-hmm.
scene. Investigate. So they share the Twitter files. Most boring thing I ever read. It was so boring. I mean, you couldn't able to find really like a moment of like, wow, this is the smoking gun, or anything shocking, or even vaguely interesting. Um,
it's
so
it's just you know, people, I think they were like, we're going to find the smoking gun or we're going to find incriminating stuff, but we haven't found it. So we're just going to start posting it and then we're going to find it. And, you read more and more and you realize that these guys have no idea what they're doing. And they're just posting like the most boring, like conversations between coworkers that work at Twitter. It's not even gossip, It's not even
no,
like, oh my god, I hate Deborah from accounting.
that
It
would be better. That's the Twitter files that I really want to read.
That's a Twitter. Yeah, I want to read those Twitter files. I want to read the slacks and
No,
all the
and
communications where they're all shitting on their bosses and stuff.
honestly, like at some point they were trying to make this whole case. One of the things they put in the Twitter files, I don't know, like Twitter files number whatever, they were like, okay, one of the things that they tried to do when they banned Trump, was there was a whole debate internally about they should do it or not, and they
Hmm.
decided to do it anyways. Well, listen, it was an extraordinary situation for everyone on planet Earth. This never happened before. These platforms are new. Yeah, of course, it will have an internal debate about what to do. And yeah, someone can say they took the best, like the worst decision or the best decision. Well, this is new. Like this is like a completely new place on history. Like even
Yeah.
the guy trying to like run a coup, or an attempted coup in the US, that's so new and bizarre, and a platform that is also like very new. Of course this is gonna happen. Why they're acting like, wow, can you imagine? Some people were agree and other not, and they decided to do something about it. Well, of course. I can't imagine another way to things to go in this scenario. So yeah, that's with the boring Twitter files, but that's just the introduction because yeah, they were like, okay, they banned people. The old administration were they were evil. They were doing this thing because they were bad. And then someone decided first to follow the private jet with public information, put like an
Mm-hmm.
account following the private jet of Elon Musk, and he shut down that account. I think that that could be okay. Whatever, yeah, you can talk about. But then
Yeah.
some journalists that were criticizing him starting to disappear from the platform without any
Mm-hmm.
real without doing anything that go against the privacy or against I don't know, the guidelines of the company. So now it's like, okay, you do this whole spectacle of, okay, I'm going to show the files of how censorship was working, and then you decided to do something the same or very similar or even worse right away.
Yeah.
You're a
I mean,
dictator.
he's a dictator because right, because he's like, I don't, banning journalists is like number one dictator move, right? It's
Yes.
like going after journalists is like, what's next? We got to get him the uniform. We got to get Elon a uniform with like the little stupid hat. Like every dictator wears a stupid hat. Like Gaddafi wore a stupid hat, Pinochet wore a stupid hat, like Chavez used to wear a stupid hat. So we just gotta buy Elon his little hat. uh the other thing to me about him is that he is acting like almost like old school, like Caligula, like Roman emperor kind of vibes,
Yeah, but
right?
like,
Because he,
listen, Caligula, those people died eaten by lions. Now they
yeah.
just don't have a Twitter account.
Right. Well, and that's also a fair point. Like obviously what Elon is doing on Twitter is insane, and he's like he's obviously only running it how he wants to run it. Like he's like, oh, Twitter censoring people was bad in the Twitter files, but it's good when he does it, blah, blah, blah. That's really bad. But also, I think one of the big things that this has done is maybe, hopefully, this will help journalists, and it's journalists and political people, especially here in the United States. They're like addicted to Twitter.
Yeah, yeah. It's this all like it is everywhere.
Yeah.
Journalists, stop reading that machine, man. Like not
Yeah.
everything, because honestly, sounds like you guys are lazy. So
Yeah.
you're not looking for news, you're not looking for stories. So you just like open Twitter and make news out of something that is like also like the social media that have, okay, more like more influential one, but less people in it, less active
Yeah.
people in it. So it's just like an obsession from journalism that is just insane.
It's
It's
absurd, and it's,
yeah.
look, I love us and I love our podcast, but that's how we do our research. We go on Twitter and look look at what's
Actually,
happening.
yeah. Yes.
That's like journalists, and I know that a lot of them do a lot more, but there is this obsession that it's like, oh, all my work friends are here, so I'm just gonna like
Just
post
gonna
on here
hang
and
here.
stay.
Yeah.
But like everyone hates it, and it's not very fun, and I don't know, like it. I'm not saying go to TikTok because we know how bad it is.
Yeah.
But
I mean, where did you go? I don't know. Go to Pinterest. Let's
yeah,
go
go
to
to
Pinterest.
Pinterest. Yeah,
It's the only
go to
nice
the
place in the
Domino's pizza
internet.
tracker, and
Yes.
and
Yes.
and just
And
look
lie
at
to
that.
yourself.
Yeah.
Uh, what makes me a little bit sad is like I know a lot of people thought, and they were right, that it's kind of cool to have an electric car. And remember, like, I don't know, 3 years ago it was like I got a Tesla, and it was like the coolest shit ever. Even for
Yeah.
progressive people, was like I have a Tesla, and now having a Tesla is like having this guy in your parked in your parkway. It's 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 not cool anymore at all.
Yeah.
This is like a this picture is like someone like watching his car.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
it's
having a
not cool anymore.
Tesla is weird. And the other thing is like now all the other brands are making electric cars, right?
Yes.
So it's like, well, why would I get a Tesla that is made by this stupid, because that's the other thing. Like, yeah, he's evil. He's kind of like, he's right wing, he's dictator curious, but also he's really stupid. you know.
I think the problem here is like he really wants to be famous and loved.
Hmm.
I mean, he's famous already, but like he want to be loved. Like the whole thing about
Yeah.
going to the Dave Chappelle show, going on
Oh,
stage. I don't. I mean, listen. We all think that Dave Chappelle is like a genius. I think he did one of his best work during the not this decade, like the decade before, but still, a master of stand-up comedy, no doubt about it. But what's wrong with you if you're supposed to be a comedian that confronts power or at least question power, and then you bring this guy on stage and he's not like gonna play the guitar, he's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm here, like, give me your love. And I love that people reacted the opposite way and people just boo him. And I think that's a little bit sign of healthiness, especially, well, that's happening in San Francisco, so it's not like everywhere else. Maybe if they do the same in Texas, they will be like, yeah. But what's
yeah.
wrong with you, Chappelle? What's You're not bringing like a millionaire or billionaire on stage if he's not gonna like even do anything on stage. Like, what's the point? It's just like giving someone the privilege of using something that you work really hard for nothing, just for fun to one guy because he have the money. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was sad.
Maybe like look, Chappelle, he did some very good work in the past, but now he's all like decided that his whole thing is like, I'm not canceled.
Yeah,
Which is stupid because he isn't. He makes so much money from Netflix and all the other stuff.
they get obsessed with that.
But
I mean, it's like journalists with Twitter, comedians with
yeah,
cancel culture. It's like,
yes.
it's kind
But
of,
I
yeah,
think
sad.
maybe Chappelle was trying to be like an old school comedian, like how like old school comedians were about fighting power and speaking truth to power. I think Chappelle is trying to be like even older school comedians. They're like the jester in the court, and they're like, "Your Majesty, we love you," and that's what he's like even older
He's
school
going old,
than
old,
old
old
school.
school. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like so
he's
edgy that he's like super super old school.
so much more smarter than us. He's always ahead of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
think we
that's the
got him,
thing.
and then boom. Yeah, that was crazy. But like, okay, Elon Musk, little dictator, here's your medal. Enjoy it. I hate when he tried to be funny. It's like the worst thing in the internet is when Elon Musk is trying to be funny.
Yeah.
So annoying, so unfunny, and at the same time, it's like, dude, you're a billionaire. What are you doing here with us? You know what I love about
Go,
Google? We have no idea who they are.
yeah. Go to the
Please
beach. I don't know,
disappear.
like do whatever the people in Succession do. Not Kendall, but like go. I don't know. I, isn't there like maybe this is the thing that is so upsetting to me is like isn't there like a cooler club for billionaires? Like aren't there places where you go? I mean, and just like have billionaire fun and like eat food that doesn't exist and have like underground bunkers where like you like play actual Quidditch or have real life lightsabers. I feel like if I were a billionaire, I'd be like, we should have that. If I were a billionaire, if I became a billionaire and they were like, so I texted my billionaire friends. I was like, what are we going to do to hang out? And they were like, oh, we're just going to be on Twitter. I'd be like, well, fuck this. I could do that
Why?
when I wasn't a
Yeah.
billionaire.
You know who's doing the same? A guy in a warehouse in Pennsylvania. So
Yeah.
it's just yeah. Why are you doing the same? Like, you're not like us. You shouldn't be here with us. Get
Yeah.
out. Just go
Get
out. Just
out.
go to the moon and stop talking to us on Twitter. We don't need you. We need to shit on you. That's all what we need to do because we're not rich. So
Yeah.
please don't take the only space that we have to hate you.
It's like in Game of Thrones when the kings come out to hang out with the people. Do you know like those scenes where they're always like, and I left the castle, and everyone's like, "Oi, we're going to see people fuck." Because that's all they do in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Anytime they
yeah.
see like poor people, it's just like super disgusting, horrible because poor people are disgusting apparently in those shows. Um, it's like, no, go away, go back to the castle. You have dragons. Go
Go
to the
to the
castle and
dragons.
do the dragons.
Yeah, don't waste your time with us. That's our advice. to
Yeah.
Elon, little dictator of the week. Let's move on. Let's move on because we have the next segment called Guess Who?
Yes, cool.
Guess
So
Who?
again, in this segment, we just talk about one of those people every week who like is trying to do stuff that's kind of cooey, that's kind of against the government, that's kind of
Kind of crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this week, our guest is a guy called Doug Ducey.
Doug Ducey. We
And
don't have a picture of Doug Ducey, but we have his masterpiece.
we have his
Uh,
masterpiece. So Doug Ducey is currently the the governor of Arizona. Arizona is in the border. You know, it's a border state here in the United States. And what's important about Doug Ducey is that he's not going to be governor next month.
oh, he's
He's
about to
out of
go
a
away.
job.
Oh,
He's going to go
great.
away. He lost his job. He lost the like he wasn't running. He was you know, he's not up for re-election, but they're going to have a new governor, and he decided that because he's kind of an asshole but also kind of an idiot, he was going to build like a border wall like Trump. But
But
his
but
border wall,
he was
no,
like, you
go
know
ahead.
what? No, I love that he was like, you know what? But I'm not gonna make it like just a wall. At the same
Yeah.
time, it's gonna be a great place for storage.
maybe he's getting divorced and he needs a place to put all his stuff while he finds a new place. And so he put a bunch of shipping containers along the border, uh, supposedly to keep migrants out. But I think we know that he's only doing it because he needs a place to crash and to leave his
And by
stuff.
the way, the migrants can just stay in the containers and just live there. It's like you can have a whole community inside of those containers.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean they're pretty big. Maybe the migrants will wanna be there. Well, what's really funny is that he is such a dummy that he built these in the middle of a national forest, like protected land. And
that's not
now
legal. That's not legal, my friend.
and now he's getting actually sued by the government of the United States because he built it on forest land.
Wow, what an
So,
idiot. So
yeah.
he
So,
did all this thing that is a waste of time, energy, resources. They get probably already like destroying it, like moving away all
mhm.
these containers, and it's not helping anyone. It's like no one. And at the same time, it's like he had the containers, and if you can see in the picture, there's wire. What's the name of this kind of
Yeah.
wire on on top?
Yeah.
Uh, so it's like the
Who's that
containers
for?
containers is not enough. You know, like you
Yeah.
have to put this wire on top because people are still going to cross the containers. And yeah, you do all this just to like trying to satisfy this Trumpy dream.
Yeah.
But you're also like maybe going to jail. It's just doing something so stupid. I don't know. I have to say, when Trump was like looking for how to do this wall, remember, like he was looking for different prototypes of how to build the
Mhm.
wall, and all those just like the I always in my mind I imagine like a wall like Pink
Mhm.
Floyd the wall, you know, like
Yeah.
white bricks that go one against the other. That was in my mind. And every time I see what they do is something way shittier, something different. Like no one can put together a wall in this country. It's like now
No.
containers, all those are the little pieces of metal. That was the other one. But there's not like not a wall anywhere. They're
They're
not
gonna try
able
and
to
build
build
one with
an
Tetris
old fashioned
soon.
wall. Well, this is kind of a Tetris in a way.
Yeah. But if you complete it, it disappears, the bottom row. You know, if you put a whole row together, it just goes.
And they're like, damn it, we have to do it again. What?
Yeah, I think yeah, you can't build a wall because who are the majority of builders in America? Latinos. So there you
Yes,
go.
there you go. You can't build a regular wall because you don't know how to do it. That's the lesson here. And well, this guy, what an idiot. What a waste
What
of
an
time
idiot.
for everyone.
Doug, just leave the house, leave the governor's mansion, and just go away. You know?
Yeah, and just take those containers with you,
Yeah, yeah,
like just put it in your backyard or something. But don't fuck around with containers. This dumb.
yeah. Just
Uh,
retire and make them into like art. You know,
or a
he's an artist,
transformer.
clearly.
I don't know, something
A
to have fun.
transformer.
But yeah, that's the guest coup of the week. Well, we will follow this story probably or probably not, but the story that we're gonna follow, because listen, you guys are probably listening this episode on Monday. We know what happened at the final game of the World Cup, Argentina against France. I mean, you guys know.
Hmm.
I mean, I that's not
Yeah,
probably. You guys know. You guys are from the
you guys know
future,
what happened.
but
Yeah,
we're stuck in the past and we have no idea. I can't wait for this game. I'm so excited about it. I tried to make plans, but I feel everything is going to be packed. I don't know why. I
yeah.
think now everyone's going to care because it's the last big game. uh
Hmm.
but yeah, we decided in this podcast to take a side. When like some paper newspapers are like, yeah, we're going to vote for this guy, and they, like, they, what's the name of this, there's a concept for this, they're
Yeah,
supporting or
they endorse a candidate. They're
they
like, this is
endorse a
our.
candidate. Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna endorse a team, and we're
Yes.
gonna show you why. Also, it's not gonna be just like because we want. It's there's reasons behind this, and we decided as a Latin American podcast to support Argentina.
We have to do it. Look. I like France. I like their players. They're very good. They're very good. They're very nice. They seem
Yeah,
like very nice people.
they're all from
But
Africa. They're not from
yeah,
France.
yeah. They're some of them born in France, but that's cool. I like that. It's like they're like showing a multicultural France. Yeah, I don't know, man. These guys are Latinos.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't fight against that. I like égalité, liberté, and all this bullshit,
Fraternité,
but
Mbappé.
I'm more into Messi. Um,
Yes.
and one, I want to show you this because I found this Twitter again
Hmm.
thread that I think it shows how what I mean. It shows first something that is about our countries, that is very specific to our countries, but something also at the same time more specific about Argentina is the way we celebrate and enjoy soccer, football. We really have a different way to experience this sport. And
Yeah.
let me take this out. Bu- 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 1 second. Chrome tab, and here we go. The thing we're gonna see right now is this people put in a Twitter thread all the Argentinian celebrations. Look at this guy. He's jumping on top of
All
buses
the buses.
like
Well,
crazy.
the buses aren't moving, so he's clearly late to watch the game. So he's
He's probably
like,
one of the soccer players. Uh,
yeah.
that's his job. This is my favorite one. A bunch of
I love this one.
fans that have no idea how they got this tank. They're celebrating on top of it.
I love it. I love it. This is, war, peace. It doesn't matter more than football in
And
Argentina.
well, this one you need the audio to understand, but it's like these girls are fighting, and then
Oh
this guy
no.
shows up, and he's like, "Hey, why are you fighting? We just won." And that's the end of the
And they stop
fight.
fighting.
Yes. Well, this is a bus. Probably you have seen this in Colombia. I'm sure they also do this. It's like
Yeah.
they every fan of the team take the bus at the same time, and they do this crazy shit of dancing, and it's very scary if
I
you're
feel
in it.
like this one and the first one just make me think that Argentina has deep like public transit issues because these buses are not working. That's not how
No,
buses are supposed to run.
no, no. You're not gonna go to work on that one. This is the guy who lose his phone.
Uh-huh.
If you guys are watching right now, you're gonna see this guy. Someone take his phone, jumping like crazy. Then he's like, "Hey, hey, hey, my phone!" And they're screaming like, "Give him the phone back or something."
Uh-huh.
And they throw the phone to the people. I don't know. Well, that was a
Oh,
confusing one. Oh, this is
yeah.
beautiful. This is in Qatar. Actually, like these fans of
Mhm.
Argentina were in the subway in Qatar, and they were
Mhm.
singing one of the songs to support the team, and a little boy started crying. So they changed to start singing a lullaby.
Aw, that's so nice. Look, they're
Yeah,
aggressive, but not towards you, honey.
no, they hate you. They hate every other country in the world because they are intoxicated with nationalism. But listen, they're gonna sing a little song for you. It's kind of cute.
That's cute. That's cute. I love it.
Oh, this is like
And
the
then
old
La
lady that
Abuela. Oh no, she fell.
she's dancing. She suddenly fell on the floor. Fun,
Here's the
fun for
thing.
family.
I fun for all the family. I will say this, going back to Elon and trying to be funny, and all that stuff we were talking about. Sometimes people think that like comedy is about speaking truth to power and like being edgy. You know what comedy is about? Old man fall down.
That's
Everyone can laugh at
100%.
old man fall down.
This is the best material that you. I mean, I will change any Netflix special for a good video of an old man falling on the floor. Well, this is like the people having fun with the priest. This is one of my favorite one. They put a pool in the back of a pickup truck, and they're just like on the street, man. So great, so great. And they're not looking anything. They don't want to be famous. They're not doing this for. They're
No.
just really having fun in a little pool in the back of a pickup truck, celebrating their soccer team. Amazing, amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, this is a guy who started throwing money in the middle of
Oh,
a shopping mall. Uh,
wow.
what is this? What is this? Hope you guys are watching this on YouTube because probably the audio version of this is very boring. But you should let's just join us on YouTube. You can find us así problema, and you will see all these amazing videos of Argentinians having fun. This guy destroyed the TV because he's having
But
so
we
much fun.
won.
He's so
How is he
happy.
gonna watch the final?
He don't care. He will find a way. I don't know. I
Two
just
grandpas
love the way.
kissing.
Look at this guy.
Wow. Well, there are dozens of videos, and I think they just convince us that Argentina really wants this, really needs this because
Well, what happened if they lose after this? It will be the same, but with anger. So they're gonna like just destroy without the
yeah,
because they're destroying shit in this ones too, but like without the
yeah.
joy.
What if what if it's like just huge depression? And they just the whole country just like massive depression.
I mean, the funny thing is, like, this country is going through one of the major economical crises of their history. And
Yeah, probably because
listen,
there's guys all over throwing money in the mall.
yeah,
You
that's
know?
not a good idea in this economy. Also, like those bills probably worth nothing. But no, the
Yeah,
beauty of it is like they're still having way more fun than anyone I know anywhere else in the planet Earth. So
yeah.
yeah, I just like recommend to you guys who are listening, just go and check out these videos. Are so much fun and a little bit crazy.
We'll put the link to the videos in the description
Yeah, and you're
so
not
that
gonna find
to the
anything
thread.
anything really violent because there's a guy in Colombia watching these videos for you and deciding which ones are too
Oh
dark
god.
to share. Uh, so yes, we did it. We
We
did
did
it.
it.
That was another
We did.
episode of C Problem. I think we nailed it.
We did. This was great, and we don't have a show this week.
No, no, we don't have a show
No,
this week, because
but
everyone is sick and there's holidays and shit. So probably gonna have a couple of more episodes remotely. So get ready
mm-hmm,
for that emotionally and mentally
mm-hmm.
as an audience member. Get ready for that. But then we'll go back to the studio. We're gonna keep going. We don't care about anything. We're just gonna keep going. And listen, we have an Instagram account.
We do.
Uh,
We have an Instagram
yeah,
account now.
you can follow us at C Problemo on Instagram. We're gonna be sharing little pieces of the show, so you're gonna be aware when we have a new episode up. So please follow us right now, and that's the way to communicate with us.
Yeah. Follow us, like us, subscribe, all that stuff.
If you have any
And
questions, if you have any content you want to share, that's the
yeah,
way. That's the way to
but
do it.
no violent content. I know I said I'm Colombian and I like watching videos, but don't send me the TikToks that TikTok won't let you
Well, we
share.
will hire someone to check our DMs
Yes.
and just watch all the horrible stuff that you guys write to us and delete it before we take a look at it. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you, Felipe. As always, I hope you feel better soon. I hope your
Thank you
wife
so much.
feels also better soon. So, well, thank you so much and see you next week.
Bye, Fabrizio. See you next week. And thank
Bye
you for
bye.
listening.
Bye.